Claudia. Oh my goodness. We have been talking all things food this morning, Chef Jeff and I, and I'm so excited because I'm in the kitchen with Chef Jeff from H3sh3r BBQ. We're talking all things nutrition, and we're talking school lunches that are affordable, nutritious, and I think the kids will love these ideas. So Chef, thanks for joining me today.
Good to be here.
Yes. Okay, so I want to talk about budget because this is a big thing that a lot of the parents out there are looking for. So what can we find in terms of our budget-friendly finds for the kiddos for their lunch boxes?
I run a barbecue business, so my meat prices have, gone up exponentially.
Yeah.
So that means the buyer in the grocery store is seeing the same thing.
Right.
So I spent a couple hours in the store walking around and just kind of getting ideas and seeing what the marketing was like and what's being directed at. And I was like, you know what? We should start with something as simple as the egg.
Ah. So simple.
Six grams of protein in one egg.
Yes.
Still affordable.
Okay.
Chicken has stayed pretty well too. So I made like a chicken sandwich, from here. And I baked BLT, for instance. Cheese sticks.
Yes.
All reasonably priced.
Yes. And you were mentioning too, when you did your extensive research at the store, you were seeing a lot of like sugars and things that were not that great for kids, right?
I mean, the marketing campaigns from people like this.
Yes.
Are pretty aggressive.
Yeah.
And it's aimed at kids at their height level.
Right,
too.
yeah.
And so I was really surprised. I was looking at some of these fruit snacks and all these things, they're just pure sugar and carbs.
Yes.
So, I'm in the protein business.
Right.
So I wanted to bring things that bring protein into a lunch, basically.
Right. Good alternative. So I want to get creative. If anybody out there knows me, I'm a sandwich fiend. I'm like, if I get any choice of meal, it's usually a sandwich. So I want to talk about these sandwiches too. I love a good sandwich. So what can we make to make it exciting? We're talking protein, like you said, and you mentioned, chicken, BLTs, stuff like that. What else can we do, especially like you said, with those meat prices going up so much?
Well, going back to the egg, I take eggs and I'll put them in the smoker and actually make a hard-boiled smoked egg.
Oh, that's
and
a good idea.
So a smoked egg salad sandwich is a great option.
Yes.
And that's fun.
Yes.
Different flavors.
Yes.
Bacon's still reasonably priced. A lot of lunch meats are still reasonably priced too. Okay. I'd rather spend money on good bread, and not be cheap on that kind of an ingredient.
Right.
And fresh produce. I mean, we have a state that has some of the best peaches in the world.
Yeah, Palisade.
And they're hitting the market right now.
Right,
so,
right.
That makes lunches exciting.
Definitely. So when you're looking at things like breads and wraps and stuff like that, what do you normally go for?
I go for fresh made stuff. Okay. Personally.
Yes.
Instead of you look at the packaging on some of these, commercially made breads.
Right.
And they're just full of preservatives and, and not really worth it.
Yeah. Well, this is a tip that I usually do for myself, and I love this idea for the kids too, is taking your dinner and repurposing it for lunch tomorrow, not just for us, of course, for the adults, but also for the kids. Can you talk to me a little bit about how to do that too?
Yeah, so that's what I did with this wrap, actually.
Okay.
You can see those rotisserie chickens in the stores.
Yeah.
And they actually, sometimes are the same price as the raw version.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So it takes the work out of it, right?
Right.
They're generally good-sized roasters, and so there's usually leftover meat. So I took the breast meat that I didn't use and turned it into a barbecue wrap.
Oh my goodness, I love that idea. And
simple.
Yeah, I love that idea for me too. I'm not gonna lie there. That's amazing.
Chicken Caesar wraps, there's all kinds of things you can do.
Yeah, easy enough. And then what about, this one I'm really excited for, because when I think back to school lunches, I always think back to nostalgia, but most of the things that we ate as kids, I feel like were probably not the healthiest option. Do you have like one that you always had?
Frozen pizzas, you always saw those.
Oh my goodness, always.
I mean, I was in school a long time ago, so a little older than you.
Well, and you were from Texas too, right?
Yeah, so Frito pie, that's my go-to. Yes. I've actually had that on restaurant menus just for fun because it's such a great dish.
Oh my goodness, I actually really like that. See, I was kind of the Lunchable generation, which is why all of my generation now is so big into charcuterie boards, like we saw earlier, because we were all into Lunchables as kids, right? But those all, just not the best options. So I love these options. Chef Jeff, thank you so much for being here on the show.
Great to be here.
Awesome, you guys. Well, we love these fun school lunch ideas, and Claudia, you'll actually have to test these out on the girls this school year. You can connect with Chef Jeff online. That's H3sh3r BBQ, BBQco.com. That's H3sh3r, that's H3sh3r BBQco.com.